These are the top 10 stories on TV Platinum. On number 1, President Bola Tinubu has appointed Deputy Controller General Olumode Samuel Adeyemi as the new Controller General of the Federal Fire Service effective August 14, 2025. The Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board announced the appointment on Wednesday as Engineer Abdulgani Ujaji prepares to retire on August 13. Olumode, who currently oversees human resources at the service headquarters, is described as a seasoned officer with extensive training and membership in several professional bodies. The board commended Jaji for his service and contributions to the agency's growth. On number 2, the 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has denied 2 viral social media statements, calling them fake and misleading. In a statement on Wednesday, his media aide Umar Ibrahim said Obi never issued any comment about rejoining the PDP or accepting a role in the ADC. Ibrahim stressed that Obi remains committed to the ongoing coalition talks and warned against attempts to misrepresent his position for political gain. He urged the public to disregard any statements not issued through Obi's official communication channels. On number 3, petrol importers are now selling below Dangote refineries rates, sparking fresh competition. Stations in Lagos and Ogun State are offering prices under 860 naira per litre, with one outlet selling as low as 847 naira. This move comes as Dangote Group President Aliko Dangote urges the federal government to ban fuel imports, arguing the threatening local refining. He described it as unfair competition and accused importers of dumping toxic, subsidized fuel mainly from Russia. However, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, is pushing back, saying fuel imports should not be banned. The association sees the price drop as a win for market liberalization and is urging the government to keep the markets open for fair pricing and long-term stability. On number 4, Chairman of the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Kafilat Ogbara, is calling on Nigerians to back a bill that seeks to create 182 extra legislative seats reserved for women nationwide. Speaking in Abuja, Ogbara said the bill aims to tackle women's underrepresentation in politics, calling it a bold move for inclusive governance and gender equality. The bill proposes 1 extra seat for women in each state and the FCT in both the Senate and House of Representatives, along with 3 reserved seats in every state assembly, a move aimed at boosting female political participation nationwide. FCT Senator Ireti Kingibe and the United Nations Development Programme Country Representative Elsie Atafua backed the bill, calling it a defining moment for Nigeria's democracy. On number 5, Labour Party's national youth leader Kennedy Ahonotu has officially declared for the 2027 presidential race. Speaking in an exclusive interview, Ahonotu called for a fresh start for Nigeria, driven by reforms and youthful leadership. He says the country needs a generational shift and he is ready to lead. While he is not required to step down as youth leader, Ahonotu says he is open to doing so when the time is right. On campaign funding, he admits the road ahead is costly but remains undeterred. On number 6, the International Monetary Fund IMF has raised Nigeria's 2025 economic growth forecast to 3.4%, up from its earlier estimate of 3% in April. In its latest World Economic Outlook, the IMF also projects Nigeria's economy to grow by 3.2% in 2026, both figures slightly higher than previous forecasts. The revised outlook is driven by improved oil output and stronger performance in the services sector. Meanwhile, sub-Saharan Africa's growth is projected at 4% in 2025 and 4.3% in 2026. Global growth is pegged at 3% and 3.1% for the same period. On number 7, troops of Operation Hardin Kai have intensified offensives, killing several Boko Haram fighters in Kondoga, Bama, and Goza local government areas of Borno State. According to the Deputy Army Public Relations Officer for Operation Hardin Kai, Captain Ruben Kovangiya, in a statement on Wednesday, troops killed 9 insurgents and recovered multiple weapons, including AK-47 rifles and PKT machine guns. Backed by air support, troops foiled a Boko Haram plot to plant IEDs on a key bridge between Mate and Dikwa, recovering 2 heavy explosives and equipment. The operation comes days after they took out notorious commander Ibn Khalid and 17 others in Goza. Kovangiya urged residents to support the military with useful information to help sustain pressure on the insurgents and restore peace to the region. On number 8, the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, says the agency seized 1.3 billion tramadol tablets and 4.4 million bottles of codeine between January 2024 and June 2025. Marwa, speaking in Kaduna, said the seized drugs worth nearly 1 trillion naira is enough to fuel terrorism if not intercepted. He added that the NDLEA also confiscated 5,555 tons of illicit drugs, arresting over 2,000 traffickers, secured 8,682 convictions, and rehabilitated 24,000 individuals since 2023. He, however, credited the success to President Tinubu's support for approving 7 new rehabilitation centers, increasing the total to 37 across the country, with plans for zonal centers underway. Marwa also urged families, faith leaders, and communities to step up in the drug war and called for drug education to be introduced in primary schools. On number 9, bandits launched fresh attack in Wase local government area of Plateau State, killing 2 soldiers and 2 vigilante operatives barely a month after over 70 vigilantes were neutralized in the same region. The attack occurred in the early hours of Tuesday in Dogonruwa community, Bashar district, while the team was responding to a distress call and trailing the bandits. According to the village head, Abdullahi Yakubu, said the security team was caught off guard in an ambush, with the attackers making way with rifles and uniforms. The incident has heightened fear in the area, which has witnessed a string of violent attacks in recent times. And lastly, the Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has urged state independent electoral commissions to strictly follow the Electoral Act when conducting local government elections. He made the call at a meeting with state electoral officials in Abuja, slamming the commission for giving only 21 days notice for elections, describing it illegal and impractical. Yakubu stressed the need for early planning and pledged INEC's continued support with voter data and technical assistance. The chairman of the Forum of State Independent Electoral Commissions of Nigeria, Maman Eri, called for deeper collaboration and support to strengthen grassroots elections and align state polls with national laws. And that's the top 10 stories on TV Platinum. I am Hakima Dada. Do well to subscribe to all our social media platforms for more news updates. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.